Recent reports suggest Russia has offered India the Pantsir S-1M, a battle-tested hybrid short-range system designed precisely as a bodyguard for high-value assets like the S-400. Yet India already fields the indigenous Akash missile system. So why even consider a foreign alternative? Let's dive deeper. Today's aerial warfare has changed dramatically. Conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East show how cheap drone swarms, loitering munitions, and low-altitude cruise missiles can overwhelm sophisticated long-range defenses. Attackers use saturation tactics, overwhelm radars, or exploit blind spots. This is where short-range systems shine. They provide the innermost layer in a multi-tiered air defense network: long range for area coverage, medium range for broader protection, and short range for last-ditch interception of leakers. India's Akash is a homegrown success story. Developed by the Defense Research and Development Organization, or DRDO, and produced by Bharat Dynamics Limited, the Akash is a medium-range surface-to-air missile system. It engages targets up to 25 to 45 kilometers away, depending on the variant, with Akash NG pushing even further, at altitudes from 100 meters to around 20 kilometers. Akash is mobile, radar-guided, and excels at area defense against fighter jets, helicopters, and cruise missiles. It has been inducted into the Indian Army and Air Force. It's honestly a proud symbol of Atmanirbhar Bharat, or self-reliance in defense. Now let's contrast that with Russia's Pantsir S-1M, the upgraded variant of the Pantsir family. This is not a pure missile system, but a hybrid. It mounts up to 12 to 48 surface-to-air missiles. The newer 57 E6ME variants with ranges extended to 30 kilometers and altitudes to 18 kilometers, alongside twin 30mm autocannons firing at 2,500 rounds per minute. The guns handle ultra-close threats, up to 4 kilometers, that missiles might struggle with, like small drones or guided bombs. Key advantages of the Pantsir S-1M include multi-mode engagement, missiles for longer short-range intercepts, and guns for cheap, high-volume fire against swarms. Rapid reaction. It can engage up to 4 targets simultaneously, with improved radars, S-band detection up to 75 kilometers in some reports, and electro-optical tracking that resists jamming. Mobility and survivability. Truck-mounted, it moves with forces or guards fixed sights, proven in real combat, like in Syria, against drones and missiles. Its specialized role is designed explicitly for point defense, protecting other assets rather than broad area coverage. On paper, Akash reaches farther and carries a heavier warhead. Pantsir S-1M counters with gun backup and superior handling of very low, slow, or small signature threats. That's honestly the exact profile of modern drone swarms that have exposed vulnerabilities in many air defenses. Why Pantsir, when India has Akash? This is the heart of the curiosity. India isn't starting from scratch. It operates a growing layered network, S-400 for long range, Akash and QR-SAM for medium, plus indigenous efforts like Project Kusha for even longer reach. Akash NG trials are advancing, and systems like Akash Tier provide command and control integration. Yet gaps exist, especially for close-in weapon systems against mass low-altitude attacks. Older Soviet-era guns like Tunguska and Shilka need replacement. Pantsir S-1M fills this as a dedicated shield for S-400 batteries, preventing cheap drones from blinding or destroying expensive long-range radars and launchers through saturation. Recent offers tie directly to protecting India's S-400 regiments, with reports of potential procurement of around 13 systems. Akash provides robust medium-range area denial with indigenous supply chains and lower costs per shot. Pantsir S-1M adds hybrid versatility, combat-proven anti-swarm capability, and immediate integration with Russian-origin S-400 for seamless networking. Diversifying sources reduces over-reliance on one technology while accelerating capability until fully indigenous short-range options mature. Geopolitics plays a role, too. Russia remains a key partner, offering quick delivery and technology transfer potential. India balances this with self-reliance goals. Real-world lessons from recent conflicts underscore the point. Long-range systems alone aren't enough. Hybrid short-range defenses have repeatedly saved higher-value assets from overwhelming attacks. As drone technology proliferates and adversaries invest in asymmetric tactics, the cost of a gap in the innermost layer could be catastrophic. The decision isn't simple. It weighs capability, cost, sovereignty, and strategic autonomy. But one thing is clear. In air defense, perfection lies in layers, not single heroes. What do you think India should prioritize? Accelerating fully indigenous short-range systems, or embracing proven hybrid solutions like Pantsir S-1M for immediate edge? Share your views in the comments. Thank you for watching till the end. Hit the like button and subscribe. See you in the next video.